When I go shopping, and I wanted to know what a dress looks like, and when a lawyer tells me that I don't have too much cleavage showing, and I go out at night, and another lawyer sits on top of a desk in order to look at me, and I feel like the woman in that photograph. The, I know that every single friggin' lawyer uh, is a liar. I mean, imagine that. I had just gone shopping, and literally, when I came home that night, when I came back, I literally took the dress off and threw it in the trash can. But basically, I trust a lawyer as far as I can pick a lawyer up and throw him. Just like I trust a preacher as much as I can pick him up and throw him. Just like I trust a real estate agent as much as I can pick him up and throw him. Just like I mean, my point being is if I can't pick him up and throw him, I sure as hell don't trust him. It's not that I'm paranoid, but I look that but I look at what somebody thinks is funny, and basically I'm the one that went through a hazing uh, ritual or a humiliation ritual, and it was funny for them, but it sure as hell wasn't funny for me. Um, I mean, just imagine that. Think about that. Think about that. Coming back and just going, oh, she's, and just going, I wouldn't want my worst enemy to wear the dress that I was lied to about. It was not that bad, but what I'm saying is, I, I when I go out, I typically wear turtlenecks for a reason. I'm not quite that bad, but all I'm getting at is do I need to go tell her that I'm upset? No, she intentionally did that. Just like the ones who acted stupid and just kind of like sat on the sidelines when I was being harmed. No, that's not a friend or family member to me. Mm-mm. Yeah, and I mean that. Basically, that's nothing that I would have done to somebody. Is just sit back on the sidelines with a box of popcorn and a soda and just sit there and watch somebody be harmed. That they made a conscientious decision to sit on the sidelines and just act stupid. Just like when I was being bullied and they just sat there and acted stupid about me being bullied. And just pretended like just acted like I didn't have tears streaming down my eyes. or acted like they didn't see when I was hit in my stomach when I was pregnant. I mean, it's just like, no, that's not a friend of mine. Not somebody, and especially a medical doctor that would what do you call it? Enable that sort of behavior. And who also had changed what they call the doctor's notes in order to cover his ass. He knows he changed the notes in order to cover his ass. When dealing with somebody like that, the best thing to do is not give them any fuel for their tank. Walk away from them. Basically, they didn't disclose to you that they didn't give you full disclosure as to what they were doing and what they were actually doing, and so you basically don't owe it to them, if that makes sense, as far as why it is that you're walking away, and why you want, and why it is that you want nothing to do with them. It's just like the one that didn't disclose to me that she's still a stockbroker, just like the one that recorded my voice and didn't disclose to me that he was an accountant, or the other ones who are accountants, or the ones that acted stupid when they hypnotized me or put me into an altered state, or the ones that tried to break my neck and acted stupid and didn't take me to a medical doctor. Or let me not forget the one that gave me a drink that had poison in it and acted dumb about it. Or the one that acted stupid and said that I would need to sleep in a bed with him uh, because his mama wouldn't want me to dirty up a set of sheets, and acted stupid when I went running out of the house. I could just go into all sorts of the different ones that have done different things, and it's just like, I mean, and let me not forget the ones who laughed at me when they didn't know if I wanted, uh when they said, do I want some Coke, and I said I'd love some Coke if you have Diet Coke, and the whole room started laughing at me. What about the ones who yelled and screamed at me and told me that I had to call and do this and I had to do that, or sent me text messages that dealt with insider trading, and knew that I'm not even a stockbroker, and just acted stupid about what they were doing? What about the ones that use my personal identifiers on accounts that I don't even control? There just is a period in my life that it's like I don't or what about the ones that choose to pay themselves off of medical and international billing codes instead of going to the root of the problem, like convict a rapist? Or what about the ones that acted dumb and sided with the rapist instead of making sure that the rapist that I have firsthand knowledge of drugging and raping me was prosecuted, as well as deported. What about the ones that went ahead and put a statute of limitations on prosecuting rapists and what else? Made sure that rape kits were that what are called rape kits were not processed, and that even evidence that would have convicted a rapist was destroyed. What about the ones in public office that use their position uh, as a mason to order a woman that was raped to marry a rapist? I mean, that's the reason why I'm like, and what they're doing is that they're using the Torah and the Mishnah in order to basically be as destructive as possible. Most people I know would not sit there and go, oh, well that's a rapist. Let's make rape a sexual preference, and let the rapist basically keep harming who is harmed. Most people would not have that sort of stinking thinking. That sort of warped logic. I mean, it's just like when they go into the classrooms and they're intentionally screwing with men and women minors' ideas, and they're basically saying, "Oh, so you only like boys? Well, you're a homosexual." It's like, no, they're not a homosexual. That deals with their stage of development and where they are, and typically men minors at that age will only like men minors that age. It doesn't mean that they're homosexuals. And that's just another way where they sit there and they fuck with people's minds. But see, by doing that, it's a bigger agenda, and that is by basically pushing the gay agenda. It's another form of eugenics. That's exactly what it is. So right now, what they're doing is eugenics through chemical castration, eugenics through giving men minors and people computers in schools. Basically, the computer set in the crotches and the private areas fries the sperm. That's another way. Also, with what is called genetically modified foods. It's really kind of ironic because uh, they're the same ones that are destroying the rainforests and basically have built a cement jungle. I mean, that's kind of what they've done. But they're also the same ones that have bought up the water supply. And they know that people can't live without water for 3 days before typically their kidneys will fail. I mean, isn't that just real screwed up? There's the same ones that dump, what are they called, chemtrails, in order to basically cause there to be, what do you call them, hurricanes, in order to, basically destroy. That's the reason why I'm like, Alfred Kinsey has some really good stuff out, but what I'm getting at is that, um, there's, I'm not a medical doctor, uh, just look at the path of destruction. It's just like a mole will sit there and dig a tunnel, and people can look and they can see where a mole has dug a tunnel by the way that the dirt buckles up. There's no brain scan necessary to determine where a mole has been. Just like when a dog poops, people can tell where the dog pooped, or where a goose pooped, or where a bird shat. They'll need to have a brain scan to determine where the dog pooped, where the goose pooped, where the bird shat.